Today is the 147th anniversary of the very first telephone call. Alexander Graham Bell was born in Scotland and immigrated to the United States in 1871. Though Bell was an underwhelming student, he showed an aptitude for problem solving and inventing early on. In the early 1870s, Bell was attempting to find a way to transmit human voice over wire, and by 1875, he and his partner Thomas Watson had come up with a simple receiver that could turn electricity to sound. As there were other scientists and inventors working on the same technology, it became a race to see who could file the patent first. Bell won that race, and on March 7, 1876, he was granted his telephone patent. 3 days later, on March 10, 1876, he made the first ever telephone call to Watson in the next room. It's rumored that the first words ever spoken on the phone were, "Mr. Watson, come here, I need you." In 1877, the Bell Telephone Company, now known as AT&T, was created, and in 1915, Bell made the first transcontinental phone call to Watson from New York City to San Francisco. Alexander Graham Bell didn't just invent the telephone and other devices. Because both his mother and his wife were deaf, he was also passionate about working with the deaf community, and he dedicated much of his career and his life to inventing techniques to teach speech to the deaf. In 1880, Alexander Graham Bell was awarded the French Volta Prize and used the money to fund the Volta Lab in Washington, D.C., a facility devoted to scientific discovery. And from 1896 to 1904, he served as the president of the National Geographic Society. From the beginning, there has been controversy surrounding the true inventor of the telephone. After its invention, Bell was challenged by other scientists and inventors who claimed to have created telephone prototypes prior to his patent. After a 20-year legal battle, the Supreme Court finally decided in Bell's favor. Alexander Graham Bell died on August 2, 1922, just a few days after his 75th birthday. During his funeral, just as he was buried at 6:25 Eastern Time, all of the more than 13 million telephones in North America and 60,000 telephone operators remained silent for 1 minute to pay tribute to him. Be sure to follow if you'd like to see tomorrow's Today in History.